what is the design process for you? Is it consistent from one thing to the next?
No, because that's what's so fun about architecture. There's
Hmm.
not a single project I like. I mean, there are other professions, the work is repetitious
Hmm.
over and over, whereas ours is not really. Every single project has different premise, the program, the client, the climate, the site, and so we are very lucky. And I think I'm really grateful that we are working in which every project is fresh and you can't, and then also a challenge is you can't repeat it. Even if you try to repeat it, it's not possible. So you have to get back to zero again and then
Hmm.
we think of it. And even if you start to force what you thought you knew before, it just doesn't work.
It's,
At least for me, at least for me.
is there something that you understand as being consistent between all the different projects and their work? And if there is that thing, perhaps it's what's led to your success in a way, is what I'm wondering. Like, is there something that's consistent?
Well, as a person, I like simplicity. I like clarity.
Mm.
I mean, and then also all the architectural project, I want everything to be aligned, both mentally, philosophically, but
Hmm.
also in terms of execution. Everything just needs to be in relationship with each other and it's within alignment, and that's hugely important. It's a very abstract idea, but it creates a spatial balance and harmony, which creates how do I say it's just I cannot deal with misaligned elements.
But it's interesting you say, but you say alignment, but not just in terms of the geometries, the reveals, and the whatever else, the lines, and the actual building aligning. There's that, but you also mentioned that you mean more conceptually. What does that mean?
Well, alignment with the site,
Mm.
the views, the climate, and really if one is in alignment with all the factors, it's ecological. It naturally becomes ecological and naturally becomes sustainable. You don't even have to use those words. So in alignment with all sorts of factors and
Mm.
programs, and so it just gives you a many different quotient to
Mm.
consider alignment, and that's that's kind of interesting, and and then also local culture alignment with type of economy it exists on site. So yeah, so some alignment may be more of a high end aspiration. Some alignment may have to be aligned with the public sector, some with much more underserved communities, different circumstances. So that's interesting approach and important, I think. If, yeah, I get really, it drives me crazy if things get misaligned.
But that's a great word, though, alignment. And actually, it occurred to me that that's very different from the word forced, which I think you used, right? That's the opposite, actually, in a way.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When you're forced upon, you're imposed upon, and instead you actually seek the different relationship. That's what it is. Alignment is really connecting, and
Mm.
then creating different relationship within each other. So there's a dialogue between different elements, and then one thing informs other things.